Okay, so we're gonna work on the top here and just the top only. I'm gonna execute the first cut from behind going forward here, okay? Combing it back. Okay, so again, just to divide visual, this is the top, this is the side. I'm not gonna touch this here, okay? The same goes with this side over here. I'm not touching nothing over here. My entire focus is just the top here by themselves here. Okay? Pulling back. I'm gonna lift up. And I'm gonna make my first cut here, okay? And I'm gonna stay close. I'm not gonna move too far forward. Stay close, because that way I can see my guide, which is under here. This will probably be another video to describe how to find your guide after you've just done a cut. But this is a new hair, and this right there is, you can barely see it. That's the guide from my previous cut. Okay, so I'm cutting it pretty deep just to be a little obvious, so that when I pick up on the other side on the second step, the guide will be pretty obvious. Okay. Okay, so I'm combing it back again. And let's see if we can catch this here, okay? First, I cut it here towards the center going forward, okay? Now I'm gonna cut this part here. There's another step here, and then there's another step here. So I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna pick it up, and let's see if I can see my guide. Can you see that?
Yep.
See how it's cut there? That's the next thing I need to cut. It's one of the hardest things for students to catch, what's already been cut and what needs to be cut in following that guide. It's one of the hardest things. But once you track it down, see it's shorter here. Again, shorter there. And just following the guide. Sometimes it's longer, sometimes it's more obvious, and sometimes it's not. And that has a lot to do with how it was cut previously. Okay? So remember, that's the top. I cut the middle going forward. I cut this side going forward. Now remains this side going forward, okay? So let's see, it's the same thing. I'm gonna part it, and I'm gonna pick it up. Let's see if we can find our guide again. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. There it is. Whoops. Can you see the guide? How about there?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And that's the purpose of this, to be able to see and catch your guide. There we go. All right. So now that that's been cut, let's see if I can turn it this way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to part it. You're going to want to stand over here, and I'm going to pick it up this way. In other words, so that you can see it from the side coming this way, okay?
Mm-hmm.
In other words, this is a way of checking the hair. If you notice, I combed it that way. I'm still working on the top and only the top. And the purpose is just to pick it up and to check my work. And if there's steps, then you can smooth them out just like that. Again, just checking the top here. Checking my work. So the good thing about it is that even if you do sloppy work, check your work, unslop your work. See, there's a guide there. There's a guide here from where I first started cutting. And I'm picking up, see, this hair is already becoming the crown area, which is another angle coming this way. But I'm picking it up a little bit for the purpose of still working on the top. Okay, so I'm going to comb it back. And the next thing that you want to be able to catch, I'm going to wet it down a little bit more. The next thing you want to be able to catch, this is called the crown area right here. This area is the crown, the top crown. So here's the top. And you pick it up a little bit on the side, you'll be able to see where it was cut and where it wasn't. Where it was cut, where it wasn't. Where it was cut, where it wasn't. So we're going to smooth that out. Just going to pick it up, Find your guide, which is right there. There's a guide right there. And there's a guide right there. And I'll stop right there.